Three, two, one, go. Welcome to Legend of the Legends podcast.
What a countdown you gave me.
It was indeed a countdown.
Barely.
We just had week 2 of the LCS go down, and had a couple of pretty good games, and a couple of pretty oh my god games.
No
Why did I
good
have to watch
games.
some of those games?
No surprises. This
No.
went exactly as I thought it would. All of my calculations have been realized.
I mean, there weren't that many big surprises, if you ask me.
There were no surprises of any size.
Magnanimous.
There were no surprises of any size. All of it was predicted by my 10 trillion IQ plays.
All right, now before we get into any of that, we got some big news coming out of TL camp. On Thursday.
Double Lift is retiring. No, I'm kidding.
How'd you know, man? On Thursday, we will hear what is happening with Broxa. The decision on his visa will come down on Thursday, according to Steve on Hotline League last night.
So what's going to happen if he gets denied?
That's gonna feel very bad, but apparently he's been online as like a coach. Kind of.
I would still rather have him as a judge.
Indeed. But then now he gets a permanent coaching position until the split is over.
I don't think he wants that. I don't think TL want that.
No,
everybody wants that. I think they'll release him and he'll be a free agent, and then he'll go.
I think the only person who wants that is their temporary jungler.
I think Schalke wants that.
A shotgun. Yes, they would actually take that over.
I think there might be a few teams in the EU who will take him. He'll have to play on a regional league.
Have you seen?
He'll have to play on EU though, Anthony. So like, at what cost?
Have you seen episode 1 of Squad though for Team Liquid?
No, I have not.
Because if you look at it, you just feel bad for him because he was like, "Yeah, I really wanted to go to LA and have the LA experience. And every day that I'm home, I'm inside my house thinking of what I'm missing out on." And it's very sad.
You hate to hear that, fellas.
I want to go to NA because of my paycheck. That's all I heard. That's all I heard in that statement.
Yeah. So I feel bad for Broxa. Hopefully that visa comes through.
I mean, I hope it comes through because I want another competitive team. Because right now it looks like
excuse me,
the only like top level team in the league at the moment.
But Dignitas. All right.
Dignitas look good, but they don't like they'll beat Cloud9.
That's a fair assessment. We'll find out about that one.
Is that not happening next week? That is happening next week.
What's happening next week?
Dig versus C9.
A game to look forward to.
Dig versus.
All right. So let's move on to a general discussion. Unless you want to actually hit the Academy streaming rule again now.
I still don't watch Academy.
I mean, it's not about watching Academy.
Yeah. Me neither.
I still don't watch Academy. Let's move on.
This isn't about Academy Rush. This is about a different thing.
You just said talk about Academy.
Read the topic.
This is the double lift issue revisited, where he was streaming
because there was an
Academy
update
games.
last night on Hotline League from the commissioner.
Oh, my bad.
All right. So the ruling has changed. What the fuck
is Academy Rush again?
They do 4 games at the same time, kind of like NFL Red Zone. That's basically it. All right. So the ruling, as it was last week, was that
ruling on the field,
LCS players were not allowed to stream during any Academy games.
All right. And how about this week?
And now that rule has been turned over so that the only time that they can't stream is during Academy Rush. Now, to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen anyone streaming during the Academy games that happen after the LCS or the Academy games that happen before Monday Night League. So I don't know what this changes besides nothing.
It gives them more free time. It's basically like now, instead of having this limited time between Academy games where you cannot stream.
5 more hours.
Yeah. So that's all. You don't have to end your stream I don't know, at round.
You still have to end it at 5 on Friday. It's East Coast or West Coast time.
Okay.
So I don't see it changing that much about what the problem was specifically for streaming, because Friday night seems to be a time that you would want to stream if you can. But the reason that Greeley gave as a big reason as to why they overturned this is that a lot of the players will have streaming requirements in their contracts.
Oh, that's fair, actually.
So taking off this time was impacting players and their streaming requirements, and I found that to be the most like legitimate reason to do this. But at the same time, I don't real like the Academy Rush still being blacked out doesn't seem to change the actual problem. But either way, that means they can stream at like 6:30 West Coast time.
Okay.
That's actually a really good reason.
Yeah, that was just like, okay, yeah, if they run out of time, I can't really say no. You can't stream during these times. Have you guys checked out any of the co-streaming, or at least seen some of the clips?
No.
Hey, Monty, you didn't see LS go in on
I saw you post
I did see you post it.
I didn't watch it, but I saw you post it.
It's
I watched it
hilarious.
too. It was great.
He says that I don't know if it was today or I think it's today. He had to go cast LCK, and he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what Aphelios does.
Yeah.
He's gonna come on screen and I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
Yeah. He repeated it several times. He was like, I want you guys to know I am the LCK color caster. I've played 100 games with and against Aphelios. I don't know what he does. I don't know just anything about it, and it's just a wonderful clip.
I'm enjoying the clips that are coming from this. There's another clip of Ica after the game he played Yasuo this weekend, and he's talking with Zabutin, his coach.
Woo!
And Dom comes on and he's just like, you know what's happening here? He's talking to Zabutin and he's just like, I can't do anything. I can't win. It's like, yeah, but I gave you Yasuo because you're so bad. I wanted you to have fun playing the game anyways. And I'm just like, oh my god, Dominate, what are you doing? This is why I love it. I love this fire. This is the good shit. I love it.
IWD, goddamn.
Apparently, he's been doing good with his podcast with Thorn too. But I haven't been able to watch that one because there's so many goddamn podcasts now.
Who's on that one?
It's Thorn and Dominate, and they just invite other people.
Yeah, I have
on.
no interest in watching that.
Okay. Because the last one he had one with like Locodoco and another person.
Maybe even less interest, but still.
Yeah, okay, alright, moving on. What's the next one? What are we hitting again?
No, I'm not saying we don't have to talk about it. I'm just saying, like, in terms of like likely viewership, I don't see myself in the audience for either of those programs, but
That is fair. That is
Listen,
fair.
Loco had some good shit, but the good shit was mostly Thorn flaming Loco. So I've been actually watching Summoning Insight.
who does that one?
Monty and Thorn. Thorn's on like 3 shows right now.
Yeah.
It's
He's getting his bread.
It's probably the most interesting one because as much shit as I give Monty, he has some good points, but I still think his gameplay analysis is garbage. But his like
rotations, baby.
like-
That's all I want to hear out of that man's mouth.
That's what LCK is. What you talking about? It's not anything else.
I kind of agree with him a lot on like the business views side of it and like the
Do you agree
management
with him on the rotations, baby?
Don't
I
worry.
like the win one game to give people false hope. That one.
Pray double lift gets ahead, dog.
That's one of my favorite bits from the LCS ever. Is that freaking wheel?
It's a very good one.
Oh my god!
I've never seen that one actually.
All right, so
You're lost, pal.
it's a funny bit. It's almost as funny as the HTC phone.
It's true.
All right, so let's talk about Monday Night League. I've been watching Monday Night both weeks. What do you think? I've been enjoying it. It seems like a good addition, a good way to spread out the content.
I tune in for the league games, honestly. I mean, I tune in for the LCS games. Let me clarify that.
I do not watch the Academy games all that attentively at all. I might turn it on.
Yeah.
But because there's a half-hour gap half the time between the end of the Academy and the LCS, it's like
That's for Din Din, baby.
That's not bad.
Heat up your
True.
chicken fucking nuggets and go to work. No.
Chicken nuggets.
I'm only partially joking. Sorry, your
Finger.
seitan nuggets. Vegetarian. Seitan's delicious though. No hate.
So Matt, as
Anyway.
somebody who has something to do during Monday nights, how do you feel?
Oh, how do I feel? I feel like I haven't watched any of it because I am extremely busy during that time
How
slot.
did you not watch the TSM CLG game, which was totally not one-sided at all?
No. I don't watch it
wasn't.
during.
I know.
Like I watch the VODs Tuesday mornings because Tuesdays I don't have anything to do until the afternoon, so it's my catch-up day. I work Saturdays, so Sunday I watch Saturday and Sunday's games, and I'm busy Monday, so Tuesday I watch Monday's games. Not watching them live, I typically already know how they end, so a lot of the sort of suspense is removed from the process.
Yeah.
Is this what you want from me, Anthony? That I don't really feel strongly about it because like,
Well,
I
I wanted you
don't
to give like, how do you think it's like affected your viewing in general? Like, do you think it's affected it negatively, neutral, positive, or just
value neutral is what I'm going to say
Okay.
because typically over the past few years of the LCS, I've usually been busy one of the 2 days or one, like some of the days for various reasons, work, travel, whatever. And so I typically actually watch most of my LCS viewing for the past few years has been predominantly VODs just because of my schedule. So it feels for me in particular neutral. However, I am also already used to the VOD lifestyle, and I can imagine some people who are not perhaps being unhappy. I will say when I first started watching predominantly VODs, a lot of the urgency I felt, right? Like watching a sporting event live, you get a sense of urgency, like, oh, what's going to happen? But like once it's finished and you're just watching a recording, I personally lose the urgency with the knowledge that I can just sort of like hit the arrow key a few times, like no. Or Google the LCS results, but I personally got over that, so it doesn't affect me that much. I can see how other people might be dissatisfied with it if they're not used to or they don't like watching VODs.
It's apparently been an annoyance for a lot of EU viewers, but
well, yeah, because isn't it like Tuesday morning?
It's at like 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, which is I get how that would be annoying, but also just like watch the VODs, right?
Here's the other thing: is that Sunday games are at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I know, but the different
not Sunday, Saturday games are at 3:30 in the morning. Like, yeah, it's like it's a weekend and all, but like, stay up till like.
You also definitely should not be staying up that late once a week.
Stay up till 4:30 to watch these games, like
not on a weekend.
Literally, just watch the VOD. You'll be all right. Like,
you don't need to catch it. It's 2 games. It's not that urgent.
It seems like a really kind of. I don't know. I'm in the TSM socials a lot, so I see a lot of TSM fans because they have a pretty big EU following compared to most of the other teams. But I don't know why they're complaining when this has been happening forever. Whenever they do anything at night in the West or in the US, I mean, I just how is this a new thing, a new problem that you've discovered? Like, it was such a pain in the ass to watch LCS games at the beginning of the best of ones returning because they had Sunday start at like 5:30 like it does on or 4:30 like it does on Saturdays, and it would go until like 10:30 and everyone's like, I want to go to bed, and EU's like,
I got work tomorrow,
it's
bro.
Like, we end at 3:30, so they pulled it back 2 hours, but it still ends at 1:30 in the morning. And EU, it's like, that's pretty late.
Kind of, but more reasonable.
Yeah, but if you have work at 6 o'clock in the morning, that's less than 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah, but that's just you making bad decisions. Also, who works at 5 a.m.?
Well, you gotta get up, get dressed, go to work.
He's got a point
that's
about
fair.
that one.
That's a 9 to 5 call time if you have to drive an hour.
That's fair. Yeah, but Europe has way better public transit than we do. They'll be fine.
Well, people also don't work far enough away. But I'm not sure about EU geography. I don't know. Metropolitan areas.
Who gives a shit? Anyway, it's
Alright.
God damn it! I just spilled water all over myself, dude.
Let's go.
I'm so wet now.
Let's go.
I'm so sorry.
He's so wet because we're about to talk about one of the best games of
Oh,
the
it's
split
so uncomfortable.
So
This is
far.
such cold water, dude. Oh my god, bro.
We got Dignitas versus Team Liquid.
Oh, I am very unhappy right now, fellas.
That's the next game, Matt. Hold it in.
No. This is a wetness related unhappiness. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about a game.
So this was
I'm
actually
so
one of
sad.
the higher level games that we've seen this split. I think this and C9TL are probably like vying for number one and probably the only two.
Yeah, I can maybe throw Dignitas into the pool. I
Nope.
think they're good. Ah, come on.
What do you mean? Hang on.
moving
No. I was saying Dignitas versus TL and TL versus C9 are the two best games that have happened this split. What are you saying?
Oh,
I'm not making a judgment on their team standing.
Hammett misunderstood you.
yes,
Okay.
I did. The two best games, I can agree. Dig versus TL was definitely one of the better games to see here. It just wasn't a mistake fest. Like, do you remember how we were reviewing the 100T versus GG game last week, and the reason it was competitive?
Oh,
was
it's because everyone just chucked it out the window every other time.
yes, this was not that game.
Like it kind of looks like that a little because what happens is one team will go for a play and the other team will beat that play, and it's like they're kind of throwing a little bit, but it's also because they're trying to make proactive plays for themselves. They're not like going for Drake and then just dropping it. They're organizing themselves to take a turret, fighting for the turret, and then they just lose the turret fight. It's not like it was a bad fight. They just got beat.
The weird part about this game is that Dignitas, they had their monstrous lead in the beginning of the game, right? Let me put it this way: they had a very solid early game, but it wasn't like infallible. There were times when they would overextend just a bit. When they took the Rift Herald, they brought it bot lane. They got the first tier 1, and then they got the tier 2 bot lane turret. And then Grig died because he thought that the rest of the team was going to go forward and get an extra kill. Except he dived when the turret was still up and had turret aggro, and the rest of Dig was just like, we were not on the same page with that one. So it was a very solid early game from Dignitas, and that's how they mounted their lead. But it wasn't totally infallible.
Yeah.
And then what happened later on into the game, there was a couple mistakes that happened. For example, Double Lift by himself got caught out in mid lane when Dignitas had vision that no one was around him, right? Johnson just pulled his Gravitum ult and rooted him.
He hit him with a Gravitum ult, dropped Gravitum, and switched over to a different weapon at the same time that let him get the kill.
Yeah. A high skill play.
He got fucking lucky.
Interesting enough,
High skill play. That's weapon management, Anthony. That's Aphelios 101. Your tiny little top lane, mid lane,
If he had
brain
11
doesn't
ammo,
get
he
it,
doesn't
bro.
make the
You
play
don't
happen.
understand. You're not a Clash ready Aphelios, bro. You're not, bro. You don't understand the big brain shit, bro. Come on.
Clash is coming back February 22nd, by the way.
to correct that, Afromu was the one who got that kill.
I mean, yeah, but he did 3/4 of his health in 2 buttons because he switched to like Calibrum or some shit.
Part way through. No, it was
He dropped. I don't know.
You don't get it, bro. You're ignorant.
He just that man needs some nerfs, and I'm glad he's getting more nerfs in the next patch.
What you guys need
He's
to do is
still broke.
learn how to play.
oh God. Anyhow, and then once again,
Don't anyhow me.
Dignitas.
I'm right. God damn it.
All right, moving on.
True.
Dignitas hits mid game, and unfortunately, they're still making these errors. They try to dive the mid inhib turret, and Grig and Froggen die while they're diving.
Well, they got to make that play because TL had just made a very similar play in return. Like they did this 3 times where they make an overstep play a little bit and they get punished for it, and then they go back and forth, and then it ends up with it started. No. I think the first play that's the problem is it gives Dignitas Dragon Elder Drake, and they don't get anything for it.
No, they don't. TL immediately rush to the Baron and actually secure it.
They get Baron,
Shern
but they got
Fire
fucked for it because they drop people, and then they get no pressure.
They only lost. They lost Grig and they lost Shern. Wait, are you talking about the first Baron or the second Baron? Let me
The
ask that one.
first Baron. It should be the Baron right after Elder Drake. It might be the second.
I was thinking about the 9th Baron of that game, actually.
Oh no, that's a pretty early Elder Drake because Dignitas's early control led to having Soul very rather early in the game. That was a big part of why Dignitas was able to keep in. Because if Dignitas didn't get that Soul and even pushed it back 5 minutes, Dignitas lose this game, like hands down. Their early play gave them Infernal Soul, which gives them so much more damage. So after they take Elder and lose Baron, TL are still behind because they actually got an inhib doing that too. They got an inhib, went to go fight for Elder, lost Elder, took Baron, and then they fuck up and lose a fight in blue side blue jungle, and that's what starts the whole cascade of trading the middle objective, and then trading I think again a middle objective, and then trading a top objective.
Okay, I believe Team Liquid actually got the Baron before Dignitas got the Infernal.
No, they were there. They arrived in time to like fight a little for it, but they bursted it down and then hopped the wall.
Yep. And looks like, and then Jensen, once again, Huni holo.
Hello.
Huni goes down bot lane to match Jensen, and what he did not know was that Jensen had been farming a lot this game, and Jensen had a lot of AP this game. And Huni he's like, I can hold this tier 2 bot turret. I'm a fed.
Oh, is this when Huni gets it deleted?
He just gets deleted.
Is this when like my guy just hits the delete key, like Control A, delete,
sure
maybe all in one?
The time it happened top lane, because
no.
Is that the last fight? I don't remember.
No. It doesn't happen top lane. It specifically happens at the tier 2 bot lane because
Himon's right. I think
Team Liquid commits to this, right? And
they go way harder than they probably should.
Yeah. Dignitas is like trying to do a Baron dance at the time. Hold on, let me actually see.
Baron throws. Oh, old Dig. Sorry, that's old Dig. I miss the old Dignitas. Throw at the Baron Dignitas.
Yeah. This is actually apparently they're doing another Baron dance, and Jensen just blows up Huni in a one-on-one in the bot lane. So originally it was supposed to be, 4 contesting for Baron, Huni holding the bot lane. But when your one just dies, it's kind of hard to deal with Rise split pushing.
It's true.
Yes, and then afterwards, Team Liquid secures the Baron anyway, and it looks like they have the game, but they wind up losing a team fight. It was close.
It was a bad team fight because what they do is they take out 2 inhibitors, then they try to rise ult minions up to top inhib turret to kill top inhib, and then they just die because they brought like 2.5 minions up with them, and they're tanking the turret anyways. I don't understand why they made this play. They get the turret and then 3 of them die.
They did it fine at first, but what happens is that Afromove flashes, he gets a hook on Core JJ, and then Team Liquid pauses for a moment, and they go, wait a minute, do we want to turn to get this fight, or do we not want to turn to get this fight? And then Grig on Jarvan hits his EQ combo, knocks up Jensen, 3 people try to protect him, Cataclysm hits, Froggen ults hits them, the Gangplank ults hits, and then 3 members of TL go down.
Gangplank ult do be hitting though.
Yes, so they just paused, and then once again, Jensen got CC'd.
They paused, they asked for the remake, the ref said, no, that's on you. You're going to have to hold that L.
Yeah, and then after that, Impact tries to maybe get something back on Johnson, because Johnson flashes to secure a kill on Shurnfire, but he just dies, and then Double Lift is just trying, he can't do anything by himself at base.
Well, I think Aatrox goes back in there just to to try and hope he lands enough damage to kill 3 people. But they have enough. They have enough anti-heal, I think. Yeah, Orianna has a Economica.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing shit.
Impact immediately turned on to Johnson after he flashed forward, but it wasn't enough damage.
I think Cooney played pretty good this game. I think.
Holo,
Even
dude,
though,
you finally admit Hamon's favorite player of all time is.
I thought it was Hakuo.
No, that's Hooney.
Is it actually? I was joking, but
I do love Hooney because
I don't hate Hooney.
Historically, you've been mean to Hooney. Not
That's
as mean as you've been to
inconsistent.
Dokla, but
You're right.
you've been very mean to Dokla.
Because think about this, right? Hooney's like, I'm a fed carry. I have armor. I can deal with the right.
If he has armor, he's not a carry. Offensive items only.
He does. He only has. Okay, he has the armor boots. Okay.
That's not a offensive item. Attack speed boots, cooldown boots, magic pen boots. That I will allow. I will allow Swifties occasionally to be an offensive boot, depending upon your champion pick.
What about Mobies? Is Mobies an offensive boot?
It's an aggressive boot. It's a utility boot.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yes, but Hooney just goes bot lane. He's like, hey, I can challenge a Rise any time of day. I'm fed. Stop. Damn.
Oh, fuck, I can't believe I've done this.
I can't believe you've done this to me.
I can't believe I've done this to myself.
That's why I love Hooney.
Because
I think the real reason TL lost is because they stopped using Jensen as a side lane and they tried to group.
That's true.
Excuse me.
And if they kept Jensen in the side lane, well, they're in their base. It's not really putting Jensen in the side lane, but if they had just played,
yeah, it's gonna be like, I don't know at what point does it become a lane. Like, it's definitely not.
Like, if they had just played to get top turret and not go for a fight and maybe played a little bit slower, they probably could have had it. But instead, they kind of rushed for it. They got sloppy on the execution to try to get 3 inhibitors when they didn't really need to get 3 inhibitors. And if they just kept playing that slow-paced game they were with Jensen in the side lane, it was fine. I thought that Hooney having his ultimate and getting some pretty good ultimates off this game was rather a good counter to it. But it wasn't going to be enough because Rise was just running through waves after waves and taking objective after objective. Rise was just single-handedly fighting 3 people by himself without even being near them.
While Dignitas had Elder Drake, they purposely went top lane. They sent 3 people top to deal with this Rise split pushing. And then he kills Afro and then he tries to get out. And he gets caught that one time. He's the only person to have died to that Elder Drake execution, I think.
No, they killed 2 more people in that instance.
Oh, okay.
Because then after that, they go to fight for the mid inhibitor, and they die. Because you gotta overextend yourself a little bit. But I don't know. I like seeing teams play a little aggressive like that. It means they are trying something. It's better than what TSM did to IMT, where they couldn't do anything.
They're really trying to push their lead. I don't know.
Want to talk about the next match, the meme-tastic matchup?
Yep. Can we get a mariachi band in, please? That's all
only if you're paying.
I'm broke.
So, if you would like to go ahead and gouge your eyes out after watching GGEG like all of us wish we could, oh boy.
Oh, I didn't wish I had eyes before I saw that match.
Oh my god. I can't believe that EG threw this match. GG played so badly. Keith was straight garbage. And we're just, why? What's happening? How do you do this?
Keith really tried to int, but Svenskeren
Please don't disrespect my boy Keith. That's my boy Keith.
Svenskeren was.
Did you notice that he went first?
What?
What'd he do?
He got Moby's stone plate.
Oh.
No, that's standard. Who's he playing?
I know, but not when you're. But not when you're that far behind. I think.
Who is he playing this game?
Nautilus.
No, that's the. Well, yeah, that's the behind item. You double your health pool, and you gain more
Fair enough. I
resistances.
just think, you know, at least help your AD carry.
Who's
Aw,
his AD
man.
carry again?
A 2-0-3 Aphelios.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let's go help FBI. I'm sure that's gonna.
Oh, hey,
go great.
He's
would
on
certainly
Aphelios.
like
You
having
don't
a
have to
little
be good at the
extra
game to be good at Aphelios.
So I honestly, Keith is not my biggest problem with this game.
God bless.
What?
My boy Keith.
Does anybody want to take a wild guess at what my biggest problem is this game?
Sona Tom Kench.
Fence Garen inting.
No, it's Sona Tom Kench. Matt is our big winner for the night.
Hey, I know what you hate, dog.
Ding, ding, ding.
Remember when you were like, Matt, Doug, you got to be more assertive about what you want in the bot lane. Get ready for a lot of mages. Get ready for a lot of Sona Kench, baby.
Does this look like a happy face? This isn't a happy face.
Get ready for a lot of Yumi Wukong, baby.
You don't talk to Doug about that one.
That one's
I would never force that upon my boy.
Wukong and now autos with clones.
So do you know what everyone learned last split?
What did everyone learn last
Sona
split?
Tom Kench is a good lane, but you should put AD carries on AD carries.
Sure. They learned that putting Bang on not an AD carry is the wrong decision.
What I mean, it's not like they put Bang on a mage, though.
You're
You
right. They
see-
put him on a support.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the thing was, all right, you have the Sona there, and then you have Aatrox and Rek'Sai.
How are you going to try to save this?
Are not the most no. I'm not trying to save this at all. I want to go
Flaming
down
it.
on this.
Straight fire.
And then you have Aatrox and Rek'Sai. Like that's a substantial amount of AD damage, right? I just
No.
don't get it.
I don't think anyone
threat?
gets.
What is this team's threat? Aatrox, Rek'Sai, Orianna, Sona, Tom Kench. Who's the threat?
I think
not
it's
Orianna,
it's
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 not
uh
Aatrox,
it's I think
it's
it's
not Rek'Sai.
top
If-
jungle.
If they had GP, maybe I forgive this a
You
little.
need a carry.
But GP
GP's not
gets-
a carry.
GP brings that AoE AD damage. That's the
So
only.
does so do both Rek'Sai and Aatrox.
Rek'Sai is not worth anything. He's a jungler.
I mean, listen, it was a rough game for my boy Sven Skaren.
It was. He was the target of many. Goddamn Syndra ulti. Many of them.
Looking at Golden Guardian's team comp, it is a lot better. You got Fiora, Lee Sin, Syndra, Aphelios, and Nautilus. They have a pretty decent team fight. They got a pretty decent split push. They got some good utility. Aphelios is a great carry. Syndra can just pop half the people on a fucking evil genius. What? Why? What? I don't. Why are we running Sona Tom Kench? Who runs this ever?
It's really shocking. I honestly I remember watching the VOD and I was like, wait, what? I was like, hold up. Like what's happening in what? I was like I honestly thought it was like an accident at first.
The first
I was
time
like, they
watched this,
definitely
I
think
tuned
they're
the fuck
playing
out.
like 6 patches ago, right? Like, Anthony, why did they lock this in?
I don't know. I can't. French people are crazy.
Don't worry, we
I
have a,
don't-
Wait, no, that's not the coach. Who's their coach?
their coach is do. He was the former Echo Fox post coach.
Rick
Nero?
Fox.
Not
no,
Think
Nero's
Card.
GG.
Rick Fox.
It's not
Thinkhart's
Thinkard.
FlyQuest.
Rick Fox.
Thinkard's like Dignitas right now. It's the madman behind Echo Fox, and I'm forgetting the coach's name right now. But
I don't know who drafts Sona Tom Kench ever anymore. It's not like you lock both of them in. It's not like you can flex Sona anywhere. Why? You can play Sona top. That's another thing that's happening. Sona top.
oh, it's Irene. That's who it is. The new
Some kind of
The
big
new
brain
head
Irene play.
that was a big brain Irene play right there from CLG.
No threats. Like it's not like they're running. Who the fuck do you
I
run?
don't think
Irene
Irene
with
was
this?
on.
What kind of? I don't know what you run with this. Besides, like, you need to run Fiora. Actually, you need to run split push, and you have Aatrox.
You could have maybe had a Kiana, and that would
I
have
think
maybe.
Card was the head coach, by the way.
Thinkard was the head coach. Oh man.
So was Song at one point.
Of who?
Oh, for Echo Fox.
For Echo Fox.
Oh,
There when they were on their way out.
And there is heaven time for a little while.
Okay, back to the game.
Well, I was just telling him when he was wrong. Excuse me. I thought that was a long story tradition on this podcast.
Sorry.
And this stream in general, Anthony telling Hamon that he's wrong. I thought that's 80% of your content.
This is only for this season. I have started before it was definitely Anthony.
Anyway.
Oh man. I'm not gonna throw my
I'm
boy
never
Matt
gonna get over
underneath
this
there.
pick, and I'm gonna throw this at Evil Geniuses every time I see them in Champ Select. I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah,
every
They
time
better
someone
not
bans
pick it
this.
again, dude.
Someone's
Should
gonna ban
not.
Sona against them. I'm gonna be like, why? Who does that? It lost.
Did you not want a free dub?
Man
Like,
can't play anything but 80 carries, and I don't know why anyone bothers giving.
but
80
to be
carries even
fair,
80
you
carries.
I don't know that you should expect him to.
Just
Yeah.
play 80 carries.
Yeah. Exactly. Just let him do it.
What's
He
wrong
looked
with
good.
Ezreal here?
Yeah.
What's wrong? Ezreal's okay. I bet you Caitlyn's
Hey.
up.
You could have just taken Senna.
Lucian's probably banned. Asana was banned. Lucian's banned. That's it. That's the only 280 carries that are banned. Everyone
What's
else is
Kiana?
open.
Was Kiana banned by any chance?
No.
I
No,
just wanna
but I
ask
don't
that.
think Kiana Jungle's good. It got nerfed on this patch. TSM ran
No.
it well this week, but it was
You wanted to see it mid, I think.
Yes.
Mid?
That's more so. Yeah. It would have been heavily punished by the Syndra,
yeah.
but
That's the problem.
it
It's
would've
like
been-
Kiana can't do anything. She has to fight Lee Sin and Syndra. Ophelia.
You know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
They fucking first picked Kedge Soda.
Oh, they were like, "This is our priority coming."
They were like, the thing we need to draft more than anything else is Sona Tom Kench, baby.
I would have been
What?
fine
It's not
with the
like-
Tom Kench.
That's fine. That's
Just
okay.
there.
Yeah, Tom Kench is a good support.
Yes. And then
So
you just
Sona.
look at this.
Eh.
No. No.
I would rather have Kench over Sona.
I don't disagree.
Every time.
But they have no options coming out of this. They pigeonhole themselves into jungle and mid lane as their next two picks. They give the other team priority over whatever jungle pick they want. They don't even ban Lee Sin. They ban Gragas and Talia. Why would they ban
Yes!
Talia? Who
Why are
cares
you
about
banning your
Talia?
AP junglers?
What? You have Sona. Of course you want to ban AP junglers. Thinking about the team comp, you don't want an AP jungler.
No, No. The enemy team comp.
But they ban
You
Jarvan.
are.
What?
No. I'm saying that. All right. Basically, the enemy team is probably going to take some sort of AD threat just to prevent you from having an AD jungler because you decided to pick
They
Sona,
have
Tom,
Fiora and Aphelios.
Kench.
Why are they going to take an AD threat?
They took Lee Sin simply so that
Because they banned
Eat.
Talia and Gragas. They probably would
Yes.
have picked Gragas here.
I would say it's just take more of their AD away. That's honestly what I think they were doing. And then
They already have two AD champions. Taking away AD isn't worth it.
no. I'm saying that GG tried to take away AD from them. By first of all banning
Because-
the Jarvan and
right,
then
but
taking
Jarvan's just a
Lee Sin,
priority
which is the
pick.
better one.
They
Yeah.
banned Jarvan. Oh, LeBlanc is the pick here. Oh shit. They banned the only thing they. Why'd you pick Aatrox instead of LeBlanc? Oh my god. What are they gonna pick into it? Zoe. The answer's Zoe. Wait, you can.
I
They're gonna
feel
lock-
that's kind of a skill matchup, and Zoe doesn't really get the upper
No, it's
hand.
not a skill matchup. That's a pressy when she dashes at me matchup.
Yeah.
Yes, but you don't really need to deal with it as LeBlanc. It's
What?
whoever gets out
Zoe
of lane
count as LeBlanc.
first.
I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah,
No.
Zoe's really good into LeBlanc.
That's why they can't pick it on red side. That's why the Sona Tom Kench on red side is stupid.
Mhm.
But I digress because this match is just stupid. It's full of throws.
Yes.
Oh my god. The reason that EG
Everybody
lose,
throws.
the reason that EG loses is because they just take their winning opportunity and chuck it out the window.
This
Twice.
was once again. This was once again one of the games that was decided in draft.
Not really. This game was decided by EG making stupid mistakes and letting GG TP into their base. That's how they won. Aphelios and Fiora TP into the base. Fiora gets stopped. Aphelios makes it. Aphelios single-handedly kills the Nexus.
Oh, Still gonna say the at draft.
Okay, sure, I'll agree. The Sona thing was probably the biggest problem in the entire game, but I still don't think that qualifies as at draft because theoretically you can win with this. I just don't think Bang can.
Yeah,
Let's,
that's a fair enough.
Let's just real quick go over our picks from this week. EG, big fail this week. Though I think everyone would have said the EG TSM match was pretty close. I'm pretty sure we said that last week, to be honest.
Yes.
It was very close. I really wish you would have let me change that one so I could have gotten one.
You got it in on time.
I wanted to change it.
Yeah, you don't have the clout to do what I do. You don't have the clout yet to be like, Anthony, you have to retake the screen.
It's also the fact that the fucking jungler is just not here.
Yeah, 100%.
All of our like switch picks are based on Broxa and only Broxa, nothing else.
All right, but the EG TSM game, it was really close. I really like the jungler pathing there. Spencer Garen looked good there. He did. Dardoch also looked good.
Spencer Garen never looks bad.
Spencer Garen didn't look all that impressive to me. The early game was kind of neutral, if I remember.
It was kind of neutral because Dardoch took a specific path to avoid Spencer Garen. Right, he didn't go straight to his Gromp after taking his blue. He went and instead did his Wolves, Raptors, and Red. And Krugs. Instead of going to his Gromp. Which is the most, is most valuable camp right now. And the most common one that you go there, too. So, Dardoch took the Voidance route. I was really happy. They didn't get a monstrous lead in the early game, but they did get a lead in the early game. They managed to pull off a good dive.
You have most of the control a little bit for the later part of this game. EG got the first Drake, but I'm pretty sure TSM gets Soul this game or end before Soul.
Either way, it's TSM resiliency. And EG just, it doesn't seem like they really have like the mental fortitude to make it through that late game. That's the only big problem.
They're like team fight coordination seems lacking to me because that's how TSM beat them. They would start a team fight and then TSM would just kill 3 people and the fight would end. Then you have a Felios and everyone's like, I don't know what he does, and then a team fight breaks out and it's like, oh, guess he killed 2 people. I think.
That's what he does.
This is the game. This is the game where he like 100-0s Kabe with his ultimate with Infernum, and Kabe just disappears in one button, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Man,
this is why he's getting nerfed.
He really needs to be put into a dumpster. This is one of the few champions that I will say does need to go into the dumpster.
Besides that, the FlyQuest Dignitas game was actually kind of surprising, but I did think that was going to be a close game and a game I wanted to watch this week.
Every single time I was waiting for something to go wrong from FlyQuest. Like I was waiting for Turtle to like flash at some point at the wrong time. I was waiting for like
Loco.
I was waiting for like Viper to not necessarily lose a 1v1, but like get picked off like 3 times. And it didn't happen. I was happy. He looked stable on Aatrox top because everyone has a Aatrox. He has a good Aatrox. It's great. He was on that champion. And you know, Wild Turtle didn't just flash forward. Also, people are gonna have to start.
If you don't flash forward, are you really Wild Turtle?
In that case, Wild Turtle.
I think that's a necessary condition of being Wild Turtle.
I feel like we have to mention Power Evil's Rumble this game because what did he go like 9-0 something?
We do. It's a monster pick. It has.
He went 9-0-4.
It's really been showing. It showed in the CLG game, which didn't really make that much of a difference because, well, CLG was ending.
Yeah, CLG is just falling over for everyone.
But you really show the reason why you have to respect him on this pick, this game.
I was really let down by the TSM CLG match.
I think you're gonna have to get used to that.
It looked competitive. You were expecting a stomp, and it was just, oh, this is a competitive game.
No, it's the other way. I was expecting it to be somewhat competitive, hoping CLG will be able to play up a little bit more, hoping that the extra time is giving them better practice and more synergy. But no, TSM just sort of slowly worked their way through them, kind of just taking shit as they went, controlling the game slowly. I'm not saying it was the best game. Like, that's not a perfect game from TSM, but they just really methodically took apart CLG, kind of like how TL beat FlyQuest. I felt like these two games are rather similar in that way.
Yeah, that Ruin's just not having a fun time these couple of weeks, huh?
Bruins look so bad compared to last year. Oh my god.
He just feels like the odd man out on this, like in these games. He's just like, all right, I'm going to go and split push and then die, and then I will do one saving thing and then still get picked off and die afterwards in a side lane. It's I don't know if that CLG's not supporting him right or if he's just making wrong decisions. But it's just, something's got to get fixed between there.
Now we're talking about a specific play. Let's talk about our new segment, Buyer's Remorse, which is a bit of a roster move check-in that we'll probably do kind of periodically over the split. I don't know if we'll revisit many of these players too much, but we'll probably never talk about Keith again if nothing changes. But this week we have Keith.
We better be talking about Keith and how much of a beast he is every week.
Aika, Kabe, and closers. So let's talk about Keith a little bit. Matt, how's Keith been doing?
Best player in the league.
Best player in the league, you said?
Best player in the league.
Best player in the league. Best support in the world.
Oh,
in the world.
That's
I would not be surprised if SKT, Samsung, another foreign team.
Samsung doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I know. That was kind of... Anthony, it's you know how the long-running bit is I don't know anything about any non-American league. Remember when I couldn't name 2 LCK teams or Chinese teams after China won
that
Worlds?
Was
yeah, and then I'm just like, Matt, you know who RNG and IG is. Shut up.
I forgot that RNG existed. Anyway.
So on to Keith.
No comment. He's a beast. Don't ask me questions you don't want the answer to.
I will ask you questions I want the answers to.
You don't want the answer, dude. You can't handle it. You can't handle the fact that he's a
Matt,
god.
over under on Keith's KDA. I'll put it at 1. Over or under?
Bro. Under means he's died more than he's lived, right?
Well, KDA.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
plus assists over deaths. So that wouldn't work.
So under means has...
His KDA is less than 1.
Means he's been dying
yeah,
a lot.
It's that one. He's died way more than he's got kills.
You are correct. He has a 0.6 KDA.
KDA is not equatable to skill, bro.
The lowest of any support and the lowest in the league.
Bro, you know why he's dying? Because he's out there making plays for his goddamn fucking bum-ass team.
I will give him...
I gotta relax.
In the GG versus EG game, he was still making plays. Whether it was good or bad.
And himself alone, because I did not see his team anywhere near those plays.
And that's because they don't have the IQ to follow the real shot caller.
All right. Now on a 1 to 10 list of the most average deaths in the game, where would you place Keith?
So 1 would be the most deaths.
Sure, yeah.
1 or 2.
Hey, Mott?
I'd say 1 for most deaths.
Yeah, he's the number 1 average deaths per game.
Again, I don't understand. Listen, deaths doesn't mean bad player.
Does it now? You know what does mean bad player?
What?
Being named Nizzy. Boom! Booyaka shot!
I can't hang up on you.
I know, because I started the call, bitch!
No!
This is what we call a power play. What do you know about me, dude?
Having the most average deaths in the league kind of indicates you're bad. Just saying.
No, it indicates that you die a lot. Anyway, let's talk about somebody else. Stop slandering my...
No. I got one more. So, on the average assists, 1 being the most assists per game, where would you place
9 or
Keith?
10. 9 or 10.
Neymar?
Guaranteed 9 or 10. Still the best player in the league.
You know what? All right, I'll follow up with math. I'll say like 9.
He's 10th. He is dead last on.
There's literally no one. Yeah, I was gonna be like, it's guaranteed.
Out of supports.
Who's 9?
It's got to be.
Was this that I just talked about?
JJ.
Oh, it's for sure not Core JJ, dude.
Oh, absolutely not.
The next is Smoothie.
Oof.
That does make a lot of sense.
Straight up, free SM, baby.
No, that's
LG all day.
CL free.
Free LG.
Free LG?
Free
Okay.
LG.
Oh,
Free
you're right.
LG,
He's not on
yeah.
free
Put
SM
some
anymore.
respect in that name.
I'm sorry.
No. TSM support is Biofrost, who was 3rd in assists, and
Yeah, sorry.
It is indeed the Bio God who's
That's-
up there.
my bad.
he's 5th in KDA. But
What did Double F used to call him? What did they
Bio
sneaky
God?
Is
Bio
it
Daddy?
Bio God?
Bio Daddy or Bio Plug? I think were the ones.
damn.
I remember a few sneaky medios videos with that thrown in. Anyway,
Keith's stats abysmal. Keith's gameplay absolute garbage.
listen, if
support,
you were all swapped to
the
support
worst.
and weren't allowed to play Ari support in the LCS, you wouldn't be doing much better.
I don't think he'd be doing
I
much
qualify
better
that
on
because if you got Ari support, you'd be unkilled.
A bold
You'd be undefeated, bro. You'd be out there with like 90 kills a
Look,
game, 50 assists.
I
A
will give
bold
Keith. I
statement.
will give Keith this. His CSD at 10 record is +1 against Immortals.
Hell yeah, baby. That's my boy, Keith.
Got that one.
That's my boy, Keith.
What's his
Anyway,
wait,
got that
what is
one
his
extra
vision
melee
score
minion.
per minute? I'm pretty sure Keith is 2nd to last in vision score per minute.
No one cares about stats, dude. It's about feeling.
Feeling.
It's about
You wanna know my
it's
feelings
about the
Keith?
immeasurables, bro.
Dog,
I'll
I
measure
guess
my
on my
measurables.
picks most weeks, and this is not. I can tell you, it hasn't worked out most of the time.
All right. So the next player we have is Ica, and if you can tell from the "I Will Dominate" clip we discussed earlier in the show, Ica does not have a good time.
He's just not. Lucian mid, Yasuo mid.
These
feel
are
like I have
crimes
to
that
point
cannot
out-
be forgiven.
I feel like I have to point out that Ica got a visa and Broxa doesn't.
Yeah, we're gonna put that difference in organizations right there.
Really?
I don't think that's what that has to do with it.
I feel like that has to do with some other bias somewhere else, to be honest.
Oh, really? Oh, you see that one just G2 fan inside the immigration office going, Broxa, I will make your life suffering.
yes, leave Fnatic. Leave them, make them weaker.
You've already left Fnatic. Where will you go now? The season has started.
We will have no challengers.
G2 wins.
G2
OG.
shall go undefeated. Have G2 lost a match yet?
No, and that's even when they've played Soraka top, which has made me very sad. But that's not
think about it.
LCS.
It's not. It's just you brought it up.
Yes, you're right.
So-
Okay,
So do you want to play the game again, or me to just tell you what his stats are?
tell us straight ahead. Just
All right.
give
So
it
as a
to
mid
us.
laner, he has he is last in KDA as a mid laner, and he has the 2nd lowest DPM out of all mid laners. Dear Lord, are those some bad stats to have as a mid laner?
How's Pope doing? He's been enjoying Team Liquid, right?
I guess I don't know. I don't have stats for him.
Okay,
He hasn't played.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm just
and he should
wondering if you
definitely-
really wanted to harp on this one.
I mean,
Giving you the opportunity.
why are you picking Ica when you can have Pope out there, huh? Eh?
Exactly.
Why? What's happening? Why? What's
Mhm.
going on? I don't get it. Who does this? Who picks Ica Yasuo? That happened this week. They picked him Yasuo.
To the most meta that Yasuo has been Yasuo in the bot lane with the support.
Hang on, I need to. Name did they
That's
Golden Guardians yet?
no, it was versus C9. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Because they won the Golden Guardians game.
Mhm.
Yeah. Here it is. They picked him Yasuo against Pantheon.
That's not a fun time for a Yasuo.
Please note, their only knockup is Gragazy and Ult
Mhm.
and Thresh.
Yeah.
They had
That-
Cassiopeia 80 carry this game too.
Why are they putting Altec on? That's gonna be Altec's trade pick. This goddamn.
Don't worry, they
split.
have Yasuo.
Oh
Either
man.
way, Ica has looked garbage. He is probably the worst mid laner in the league, only being contested by Ryoma.
Okay, hey, all right.
I'm taking my shots.
My boy Ryoma had nerves week 1. He looked better week 2.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Not really.
He hit more paddle stars. Week 1, there were some
Okay.
questionable ones. He looked better on the Zoe. Give him time.
Can he play something else?
Stop asking
No.
these questions.
Can he play
Right.
Yasuo?
You're gonna be disappointed when you find out that for sure.
Oh my god. Alright, let's move on to the kind of more positive ones. We got Kabe coming to TSM this year. Grab a
He
Kabe's
does look
list.
better. It's not.
Alright, so Kabe is second best KDA over in his role and 5th overall. That's a stat.
That has to be from this week.
No, that's
gotta
total.
be boosted. I know, but that's got boosted a lot this week. I'm pretty sure. Who are they facing?
It's his
It was
KDA.
TSM.
He didn't die in the Immortals game.
Yeah.
It's
that's a big
KDA. It's
boost.
not like DPM.
Okay. All right.
TSM's DPMs had to be suppressed because of that 61-minute game.
Yeah. They're really long.
And then he's also 3rd in CSD at 15 over Doublelift. He is 1 spot above Doublelift on this list.
Okay.
So what do we think about that and that his stats have him basically placed over Doublelift? I've been his gameplays look good, and to be honest, I haven't seen much from Doublelift. And this kind of cements my feeling that Kabe has been performing better than Doublelift at least. I don't know if I want to say he's been I'm not gonna say he's a better player than Doublelift at the moment, but like his on-stage performances have looked better to me. What do you think?
I think you're right.
Yep. Not gonna disagree with you on that point, especially when Doublelift doesn't seem to be like, actually maybe not Doublelift, but like Team Liquid as a whole doesn't seem to be performing to the level they were expected to perform at. That's not Doublelift's fault necessarily, but it's one of the things that's has been come up. But Kabe himself has been pulling out some hype moves. You saw him
Oh wait, hang on.
in the CLG game.
I have to retract something because there's an error in the thing I was looking at. I think he's 3rd in CSD at 5th, or no, he's 3rd at in best in KDA and role, and I think he should be 6th in overall KDA because it doesn't. The list I'm looking at doesn't count Sven's deathless record as number 1. It just doesn't. It just has a null.
It just has a null.
Yeah, so Sven is last place in KDA.
Ah, man, how could that have happened?
Oh, no,
Dividing by 0.
Please note, Doublelift is 2nd to last in KDA.
Who's last?
Sneak is 6A. I almost said Sneaky.
I was like, don't ever hurt me like that again, bro.
Sneaky's last. He's not even playing.
Yo, when you die so much.
Yeah.
We're thinking Kabe's looking good. Is it probably a good pickup for TSM? Unless Ven could have played like this on TSM.
It's a good pickup. It hands out it seems like it's panning out right now. They just need to clean up a couple other issues, and they could probably be a pretty stellar team. Probably compete for the top, but yeah, it's a really good all-around pickup.
I think TSM plays C9 in 2 weeks, so be ready. Yeah, it's gonna be a good match. I'm ready for that one. I hope that's a Monday night match. That'll be a good publicity.
All they need to do, as long as they keep that early game stable and keep playing as smart as they do then, and just clean up their late game issues, they'll have a good team. That's something to look forward to, Anthony. Once again, to give you hope.
Alright, so we got one more player to talk about. That's Closer. Now, Closers look decent. Closers look like his early game aggression is really, really strong. If you remember, he basically put Meteos out of commission for the first half of the game, and the only way he got back into it was by a crazy steal on Elder Drake.
While I do agree with that, it's sometimes it's a double-edged sword. There was one time, I believe it was GG versus, I want to say TL. No. I don't remember who the match was, but it was week 1, the second match that they were playing. Him and Hanster had gotten a kill on the top laner, and then they went back to get a return gank, right? Because the enemy top laner was TPing in, and they botched it. They botched it a bit badly. So I'll say while his early game aggression has been really good, it's you still gotta perform at times. All right. Hopefully, week 3 he doesn't make those performance errors again, and he's really looked good in week 2. But sometimes they show up.
If he, I think if he were able to up his late game decision making, they'd probably be better. His stats are not that great. Like I was looking through them and I didn't find anything really so interesting or impressive about them. He's not super high on any of them, and he's not like super low on most of them. He's got a couple where he's at the bottom. I think his vision is really garbage. I think he's like the last place in vision for junglers, which is actually pretty bad. So,
especially when you're playing that aggressive. You should be playing placing wards in the enemy jungle every opportunity that
I think he's played a lot of Lee Sin. That's the problem.
Oh, the one champion who needs those wards.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
he's played 2 games of Lee Sin, a game of Jarvan, and a game of Rek'Sai. So it's that definitely affects his warding stats.
This week on the Lee Sin, he did look really great in the GG match. GG versus EG match. Let me clarify that one. When he was able to get the kickback onto Bang, that was very hype.
His Lee Sin looks pretty clean. Like he does good on the aggressive junglers, which are Lee Sin, Rek'Sai, and Jarvan at the moment. I want to see how he can perform on Elise, but Elise is getting permabanned a lot.
Yeah.
So I guess we won't be able to see her for a while. So I'm excited to see more from Closer. This is a player we might revisit later, probably, if he declines a lot or if he keeps going up.
Most likely. If he has another game where it's like performance issues just show up, then we're definitely going to talk about him again.
All right, so let's move on to next week's picks.
Okay.
All right, so looks like me and Matt have the exact same picks again.
Why am I the only one who's changing this up? Also, why am I making bad decisions?
Anthony, listen, Anthony and I have done this so long that it just sort of blends together.
Look, that's why you're here, Haymon, to give some more randomness and variety to the pick segment.
Some of them, I will take the losses on them, but I will make sure to tell you when I'm picking a loss.
All right. So we have a.
Can I ask why you're intentionally picking losses?
Because some of the matches are close enough where if I do happen to get it right, I'll take it.
Hey Matt. You do realize you asked that question. We both picked GG over TSM, right?
Yeah, but we're right about everything else, so it doesn't matter.
So one of the discrepancies we have this week is the TL and 100 Thieves match. What's the deal with that, huh?
The 100T match. Well, the thing is, I have an argument that I'm trying to bullshit right now, and that Meteos did not get oppressively killed. All right, the GG game didn't happen again. He has had one slip up in the CLG game, which was really bad. But otherwise, he looks in form. He doesn't look as bad. And Ryoma, like I said, seems to have, gotten a little bit of his nerves out.
Nope.
Hey.
I'm gonna call a nope on that one.
A little bit of the nerves gone. So I'm hoping that they can be somewhat competitive. This is once again, because I goddamn love Someday and I goddamn love Cody-san. And Cody-san and Stunt don't look bad either.
Oh, wait. Keep going.
If they can stay even with a double lift and they can match them in early game plays, because Team Liquid hasn't really adapted to the meta where it's rotate your bot lane up at 8 minutes. If they manage to get that play off cleanly, and by that I mean if 100T managed to get the rotation for their bot lane up to Rift Herald, there's some promise that they might be able to win this game. But it's just a small.
So Matt, what's your outlook on this?
Can we let Haymon finish his sentence?
Huh?
You cut him off mid-sentence. At least that's what it sounded like.
I'm pretty sure that was the end of his sentence.
Yeah, that was the end of my
He was just
sentence.
kind of
Okay.
rambling on a
If
little.
they
So
manage
wait,
to get if 100T smart enough to get the 8-minute Herald, they have a chance. It's a smidgen of a chance, but they have a chance.
So what are you asking me? Why I think 100 Thieves is going to beat IM2?
No.
Uh,
Why do you think TL are going to beat 100 Thieves, and why do you think it's just not going to be close?
I see. It's well. I just look at the rosters. I look at the skill of the individual players, and I honestly just don't see a world where 100 Thieves is playing cohesively and strongly enough to beat in basically one-to-one roles. TL, even with the temporary jungler, I think it's even worse if Broxa comes. I just see TL having a significant enough lead here that it would be pretty surprising for me if TL can surmount that lead.
You know 100 Thieves?
Yes. I did mean it. Listen, it's been a long day, dog.
Yeah, I don't see 100 Thieves having a snowball's chance in hell to beat TL, regardless of their jungler situation. It's very possible that Broxa comes in and their entire chemistry is just out the window, but I still don't think, like, on paper, they will beat their matchups one to one easily. I think
Yes.
Broxa will trounce Meteos, and I think Surenfire will just keep up with Meteos. Even if he goes down to Meteos, I think all the laners will just go right past him.
Okay. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I think you're probably overestimating, like, Broxa immediately getting in there, because he's gonna be coming in on Thursday right before the matches start. Jet lag.
He'll come in on probably Friday.
Yeah. So once
if
again,
I'm TL, I'm like, okay, Broxa, we're gonna start you practicing after this week. We're gonna play Surenfire this week, and we'll move on from there. That would be my move
yes.
because spring season doesn't fucking matter. Also,
That
I just think they're gonna win both of these matches without even needing Broxa.
okay.
So the other thing that you have is CLG beating EG.
Okay.
Explain
All right.
to me how CLG puts this broken ass vase of a team they have together, because it looks like it is all over the kitchen floor, and my mother's mad at me.
Okay, so week 1 was a dumpster fire.
I've never heard that one before, Anthony, and that
Good,
was
because I just came up with it in my head.
That was
good.
All right, week 1 was a dumpster fire. Week 2, it looked like, it was, instead of it being like a dumpster fire, it's maybe like a little bit of a grease fire came out. You can put a fire extinguisher over it and it'll be fine. All right. So they have been improving. They're not totally terrible right now. And what seems to be the issue is that they're not getting Ruin involved somewhere in, like, the communications or the lane assignments or the allocations.
Just Ruin.
And Ruin is probably the number one suspect. And Smoothie has had a tad bit of a problem with how you say death.
Okay, now what about Crown and his wild plays that get him fucked a lot?
Surprisingly.
So I just really don't understand how you can ever pick this team over anyone when they look like the most, like, the team that is most not on the same page. They do not look like their team has any idea about what objective they all want to do. They don't know how they want to play the map all at the same time. They do not know where they all want to be. They do not know, like, who's their carry. They do not know who to go for early game. Like, I see none of that from this team, and that's why I do not think they will win anything for at least 3 weeks.
The reason why is because
I also have them beating IMT, by the way. Just you want to reinforce that one too.
That one's probably the most likely to happen out of the 2 that I've picked. But the reason why is also because EG doesn't quite look on point as yet. They don't seem to have everything down pat. It's not fully tightened together either. That being said, it's probably tighter than CLG, but there's enough of there's enough that if, like, CLG improves a lot over the practice or takes something from the scrims and does do better, then maybe they can actually squeeze this one by. EG's not TL, EG's not TSM, EG isn't big.
Fine.
Well, yeah, EG's definitely not Cloud9, even though they've, you know.
I don't know. So those are your suspect picks. Time for mine and Matt's suspect pick. We both picked Golden Guardians to beat TSM.
You just zoomed straight past C9 versus Fly, huh?
A little bit, mostly because I think it's probably the closest matchup you're gonna get besides the TSM Dignitas one. But that's
Really?
a different question. Different question. I want to just give this one a justification, just juxtaposed to yours. So, Matt, would you like to say TSM plays well against lower ranked teams than them?
No.
Would you like to know what happens every split, Haymont?
What happens every split?
Every
I'm kind
split.
Clapped.
TSM come out here, they chat out in some games, they're like, yeah, we're beating the best of the best. We got C9, we got TL, we got old
Clutch
CLG,
Game slaps them down.
and then,
Out of the bucket, out of the world 2 years in a row.
and then they come up on it, and it's just like, hey, you know what? I see we're playing the 7th to 10th place team this week. Let's just chuck it out the window, boys. It might be in draft. It might be in macro. It might be because our bot lane just fucking sucks this game. But you know what? We're gonna lose, and I'm calling it here. This is the match that they lose. This is the end of the line.
I say too early. I say too early, fam. This is not the one. You gotta wait until later.
Time was never
when
a
they come
factor.
against GG.
It didn't matter when. It didn't matter how. That was coming for TSM.
This is inevitable. Like, it is truly inevitable.
I'm going to call this again next time this match happens, and I'll be right if I'm not right this time.
This is not. It would be rather impressive if TSM.
It'll be the same old news.
With the goddamn, I can't picture it. I can't.
It's happened every split.
It's literally every time. Like,
I will be the one who's just going to be upset if this happens because
you picked them. Yes.
Yes, because this is just historical. What TSM does, and not necessarily like how the rosters align like this split. This is just historic TSM. I think that it's going to be really, really hard for them to throw this one. It's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard.
Hey, look, they beat CLG.
We're not saying it's not hard. We're just saying they're gonna find a way, like guaranteed. Like,
Hang on. I have been a TSM fan since 2013, 2012 summer, somewhere around there. It happens every time.
I'm sticking with TSM. This is the one that I don't want to change on because it feels like it shouldn't. Right? It just feels like it shouldn't.
what does that even mean in the current TSM world?
Like I
it
said,
always feels like they shouldn't lose the match.
Because this is alright. You have Kabe who's been performing well. You have Biofrost who's been an absolutely beast. Well, he's been a pretty damn good support. Erickson's always stable. Dardock's been doing smart jungle pathing and really been setting up their early game. And Broken Blade is top lane. There. That's the reason. That's the reason.
Look, I'm not saying they shouldn't win. I'm not saying on paper it doesn't say that. I'm saying the way TSM works, in the TSM way of playing, this happens, it happens frequently, and it's the bane of my existence. So you know what? If I gotta take a point off of my predictions every time they play a shitty team just to call it out, I'll do it. Because if they win just to disappoint my picks, then so be it.
Okay. All right.
Now, do you really want to talk about C9 FlyQuest, or
No.
Like it doesn't seem like that outlandish of a pick to be like, I think they can do it.
It's not.
I think they shouldn't be able to do it. I think C9 will win. I just don't think it's that outlandish as saying CLG will beat anybody.
All right. Wait. What match are we talking about right now?
Well, we were saying we shouldn't talk about C9 FlyQuest mostly because it's not gonna.
Only thing that I have is that they beat Dignitas.
All right, so let's move on to the last pick for this week. What match are we looking forward to this weekend? Matt, you want to start us off?
No, but I will. I am looking forward to the TL 100 Thieves game just to watch Haemon either have like the big brain play or get so I can slap him around next time. So that's just like that's pure like me being stoked to either like shit on him for finding a way to shit on him for being right or shitting on him for not being right. That's gonna be exciting.
Oh wow. Okay.
What did you want? What did you want from me, Haemon? I'm excited to watch TSM get fucking clapped by GGS for an inexplicably stupid reason. Like I know they're gonna lose it on the dumbest shit possible.
Man, honestly, I don't know why you wouldn't think that for like maybe the FlyQuest match.
Hang on. What match are you looking forward to?
Which match am I looking forward to? Definitely Dig versus C9. But you know, Dignitas got torn apart by FlyQuest. So
everybody
FlyQuest got torn apart by C9.
Well, it was TL this week. We didn't, you know, this is just, you know, so it's like, you know, TL greater than FlyQuest, which is not as great as Dignitas, which is better than Dignitas. You know, it's that circle, it's that trifecta, it's that firehouse, fire emblems.
So,
reasoning right
I
there.
got two matches, one of which I'm looking forward to, and one of which I'm not looking forward to. Honorable mention to Dig versus C9, who I would have been looking forward to a lot if Dig hadn't lost to FlyQuest. But I'm looking forward to TSM versus Dignitas, because that's looking like it's going to be a hot matchup. I'm not looking forward to Monday night CLG versus IMT. Anybody want to watch that game?
No.
Anybody?
Oh,
Bueller?
do you know which one that I don't want to watch for emotional trauma purposes?
CLG versus IMT? Because that one. It's that one I don't want to watch.
Oh no, it's C9 versus FlyQuest. I love my boys in green.
Emotional trauma because I have GG versus TSM and I'll watch that one, but I don't want to watch CLG play IMT. Like, dear lord, this is going to be worse than Renegades versus Dignitas. Like, what the hell? The GG CLG is the first match on Saturday. Is it making this any better? Like, what is this weekend's matches? Oh my god. I do not want this. Someone get this out of here.
I just want CLG to pick up a dub somewhere.
Look, why isn't TL vs 100 Thieves happening on Monday night? Why is that not happening? I feel like this whole Monday night is just wrong. It's TLEG and CLG INT, and yes, you can't predict the standings and how the outcomes will be in the first 2 weeks for the third week ahead of time. But like, they only have one really big team there, and CLG, who has had a waning fan base for a long time now. I guess IMT might have had some fans, but 100 Thieves TL sounds like the pick you need to put here, no matter what.
Okay. I do want to see how the TSM Dignitas match pans out too. Because, well, with Dignitas' recent loss to FlyQuest, and also I want to see in the C9 versus FlyQuest game if they actually ban Rumble in draft. I want to see if they're actually going to take it on.
Wait,
or if
C9 banning Rumble?
Yes, I want to see if they
can
actually
play it.
They could probably play it actually.
Dignitas has side choice, so I don't know what they're gonna do. I think Dig will probably take a red side. No, they'll take blue side and try to priority pick that because it's flex.
No. I was talking about the C9 versus Fly one.
Oh,
actually, yeah,
either
they could.
way.
Either one. I think Rumble's been kind of a sleeper pick that people haven't really like. You saw it in It's very popular in the LPL when it was
sleeper pick.
And then
what's popular in the LPL? I missed that.
Rumble mid is very popular in the LPL.
It's very popular in the LCS too. He's perma-banned.
I'm
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he's one of the most banned champions.
In the LCS?
Yeah.
Can you double check that one for me, bud? Okay. Because you can see why with like Power of Evil. It's not something that's easily punished in the shorter lane.
Rumble has 100% presence, and so does Akali. He's the second most banned after Akali.
Holy crap! Yeah, but you can understand why. Like the movement speed he gets on his scrap shield is much more important now in this shorter lane. His ease with that when has had that loaded bar. I forget what his passive is called. Also has his slow.
Overheat?
No, it's not over. It's not when he's overheating, but it's when he's got when he's like halfway through. When he's halfway through that bar. When he's
Overheat.
almost overheating. Okay, when he's partially there.
I don't know. It's just he's warm. The fucking who cares?
And either way, he doesn't need to walk too far to join like river skirmish. He can walk about as far as his topside river brush drop an ulti. He can walk down a little bit past his bot side river brush, like drop an ulti if any junglers are fighting around there. It's semi-global. Semi-global. But it really allows
right? It's only one
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
It's not that big. It's pretty big, but it's not that big.
If you position it right, you can get it to be a little bit farther.
I know you can. It's just that it's not that big.
Either way, it's still pretty damn good, and it's still like a great pick in the mid lane.
I'm interested to see what's happening. It got nerfed. They nerfed the shield value and I think the move speed.
If they nerf the move speed, that's a big takeaway
Yeah, they
from
nerfed
it.
the move speed by like 8.5% or 7.5%.
That is actually a really big nerf. Okay, so we might not see it as much.
And they also nerfed the shield value early, but I don't think that's gonna matter too much. It's only 20. It was already super small early.
No, the real problem is the move speed. That's the biggest one. Okay.
Out of topics.
Indeed, we are.
Oh, do you want to take us home?
Yeah. I think I will. I think that'll.
You forgot to mention at the top of the show about the
What?
The channel and everything.
No, it's done. That promotion is done. It's
okay, my bad.
All right, that'll do it for us this week on Literally Lynn Podcast. Catch us on twitch.tv/NizzyTV11 at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays. Catch the VODs on the new Legendary Podcast YouTube channel. Have a nice day.